National Emergency Management Agency (NEMA) has urged residents of Rivers and Bayelsa to relocate to higher ground over the impending flooding in both states. Mr. Eric Ebodage, South Zonal Coordinator of NEMA, made the remark during a news conference held on Friday in Port Harcourt. The news agency of Nigeria recalls that the Nigerian Meteorological Institute (NIMET) recently forecasted flooding in 30 states across the country. Ebodage highlighted that coastal states such as Bayelsa and Rivers were likely to experience significant flooding during the current rainy season. He noted that NEMA had already begun preparing communities to mitigate the anticipated impact of the flood, particularly as rainfall intensified in the affected states. We are working to reduce the impact on the people by sensitizing them with the aim of minimizing economic losses and protecting lives, he stated. Following NIMET's flood prediction, Ebodage said NEMA initiated consultations with federal, state, and local governments to coordinate mitigation efforts. In Rivers State, we have identified communities within various local government areas that are at high risk of flooding during the rainy season. Although we cannot prevent the flooding, we can manage it and encourage relocation to safe grounds within communities and to internally displaced persons IDP camps, he added. The zonal coordinator stressed that prevention was critical in disaster management, particularly in the context of flooding. He reported that an IDP camp had been established in each of the 15 local government areas, identified as being highly vulnerable to flooding. We have also engaged with community development committees, youth leaders, traditional rulers, and the State Emergency Management Agency to prepare for the flooding. The engagements are centered on improving local capacity to prevent and manage flooding through measures such as proper waste management systems, he noted. Ebodage urged residents to ensure that drainage systems were regularly cleared to allow the free flow of rainwater into natural channels. When the water channels are blocked, the water will inevitably find alternative routes. Therefore, if we adhere to a responsible waste disposal and drainage maintenance, we will enhance our flood mitigation efforts, he concluded. Mr. Wisdom, I would love to have your thoughts on this story. NEMA orientating Bayelsa and Rivers residents on the impending flood. Let me use that word.
Yeah. First of all, I'd like to say something. If they are saying they should relocate according to the story, I think there should be a safe ground where they've created relocation, because I don't think that somebody who is from Rivers State who wants to relocate to another state without having somebody there who agrees to allow this person to stay. So I think that they should create this safe space or a safe ground. According to them, they should create this safe ground so that the individuals can, go there and they find a safe ground to stay and they will be at peace. Okay. So I'm thinking, like I said, they should create something. They shouldn't just stay like that. They should just talk. They should create something
for them to say, okay, they're actually making plans on an IDP camp to relocate them.
I think the plan should have been before another plan, because this is already released.
Okay.
So the plan should have the system, the program should have run before now. That as they are experiencing, they should have been relocated by now.
Okay.
Because now they are still just making plans to do that, right? They should have created this system long before now.
Okay. Mr. Devan, I will come to you. What's your take on this story?
From the best of my knowledge, we need solutions, not orientations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We need solutions, not orientations. This has been occurring over the years. Over and over, Bayelsa and Rivers State have been having floodings. What have been done? And now they are coming again to orient us, so to say, to relocate and run away from water.
To a place where there's no safe ground yet.
There's no safe ground yet. According to them, according to what we read, the IDP camp is still under plans.
Under plans, yeah.
The IDP camp is still under plans. We don't want a situation where we'll be frustrated or left to our own plea or left to our own solutions. And also, I think this should be a combined force from the national.
This is actually NEMA is National Emergency Management Agency.
Okay, if it is from them, I think they should actually push more further. And But the fact that he's saying there can't be a solution to preventing flooding, I think there should be.
Okay.
Yeah, there should.
He mentioned in the story, he mentioned drainage systems as the orientation is like educating the masses on the impending flood, and also enabling them to know what they should do and their own role in it. So before let me ask you, what role do you think residents will have to play in mitigating flood? Can we stop flood, or can we curb the excessive impact of flooding?
Yeah, I think where my office was before, there's always flood. It's always flooded whenever there's rain.
Okay.
So what we did was that we decided consciously decided that we were going to clean the drainage system, like they said. So we decided to clear up the drainage. So we do not allow anything that will block the drainage to stand.
Okay.
Right? So I think the individuals can consciously decide it, because it's a conscious act, right? So they should consciously decide to not bring hard stuffs or throw hard stuff into the drainage.
Because I'm trying to paint the picture here. When rain is falling, maybe rain hasn't fallen for a long time, and then it just rains. Within 5 minutes, you see people disposing refuse into
Drainage, yeah.
not knowing that this things could go and create blockade at the. So my own idea, my own question is I would love to ask you. So what measures do you think could be taken to curb such menace? Because flood most times could be prone to human activities.
Yeah, sometimes, exactly. Yeah.
But in this case, we're looking at a big flood that is coming. So you mentioned that IDP camps should be made, let me use the word, habitable for people, for the residents before they have been. But if you're a resident of let's say, of Rivers State, would you love to, I'm coming to you, sorry, would you love to leave your place of abode and go to an alien place for a particular time, set of time, which you don't know how long it's gonna last?
Okay, for a disaster like this, I think it's manageable, because if I keep staying in this particular place where I don't know how long this thing is going to stay, I don't know the damage it's going to cause, I think I should take that risk, and I can manage it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that can work to an extent, right? But and also they should also provide, like I said, safe ground. They should provide for food and every other thing that will be needed in this particular time. Because if I'm staying if I'm staying in a flooded area, right, the flood is going to destroy houses, going to destroy food, going to destroy every single thing.
Okay.
Right. So I think that living or moving away from my comfort zone because of a natural disaster will help me live long, better.
Okay. Have you experienced flood before, Mr. Divine of Favor Akachubu?
Oh yes, I have. Okay, flooding in terms of my compound.
Yeah.
So I don't know the kind of flooding.
But you have you had people whom have you seen homes that we are probably eroded by flood before?
Yeah.
I've had residents.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've seen physical.
Now, I'm coming from a personal perspective. I want to know your experience on flooding and the impact flooding could have on a particular set of people.
Okay. Back then, while in the village, there was something that happened one night. All right. So we slept, and then in the middle of the night, we discovered that our bed was already soaked. So we're like, what happened? And before we could step down, there was water on the ground.
You were swimming in water.
I actually swim on water, and then the food we cooked. Oh my God, one of my favorite. So the food we cooked was the pot were floating on water. You get so everything. That experience was not a too good experience. You get so I've actually experienced that, and it was not a good experience. It's not a good experience. So I think
there are hazards that come with flooding. But when flood comes, they are like water. They are animals that inhabit in water. So when water comes, you see that, and you can't tell what is inside.
The water, yeah.
So on the part of the residents, what safety measures do you think they should imbibe in such cases?
For animals,
No, for residents, like when flood comes, what safety measures will you tell someone who's in a flood prone community to adhere to?
Okay, like I said earlier, they should, first of all, the drainage should be clean. Should be always, like they said, it should always be clean. And then also your surroundings too should speak something. Should be clean because for instance now this place is kind of flooded, and then some dangerous animals will not likely stay after the flood is over because of how clean the environment is. So some animals or some wild animals will not want to stay in the environments where it's neat. They want a place where it's choked up.
Okay.
So I think that the residents should create
sanitation.
They should sanitize the environment. That can help.
Mr. Adebare, what's your own opinion on that?
Based on this flooding stuff, I believe and I think it is also a collaborative action.
Okay.
NEMA should also collaborate with communities leaders, kings, rulers, and all that in each community to manage this flood. I think that would go a long way in helping us, because if we want to restrict people, talking of people throwing debts into the drainage system and all that, the community leaders can also help emphasize on it and also make sure their people in the community does not go against the law, go against they will help sensitize the people so that they don't block or throw things in the drainage area. And I think the rulers also serve a lot in ensuring now. So back to the question that what safety measure they could take in protecting themselves from reptiles, dangerous animals that inhabits the water. Okay. From my end, just have to be careful in this whole period of time. Just have to be careful while moving in the water. I know the water can be so dirty and you will not be able to see what's in the water. I think that's a whole lot, and I will support his thought on ensuring the environment being clean and keeping your place neat to avoid reptiles or insects or any dangerous animal from hiding in places they find comfortable. You can also get some insecticides or materials to prevent them from staying around you.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.